Trail is completely tabletop. I've also put a decent amount of time now on this Toby mono suit. Let's see what this thing can do.
Morning!
Morning! What's going on, boys and girls? We're at the Sudbury Trail Plan yard here, and we're with a bunch of guys today. We're going to do some riding up to Shining Tree. Mike is with the crew in Quebec. We're with Vince, or Beaver Tail Toys, and some guys from STP, the Sudbury Trail Plan, and then we got Paul from Barrie, and Dave, who is somewhere. Don't know where he is, but that's his winder over there. And yeah, we're going to have a good day of riding. There are all the boys crossing the street. It's warm today. I'm also rocking my new Mission helmet. Mike finally convinced me to get one, so giving it a try today. See how it is. I've heard nothing but good things from him, so could imagine it's gonna be pretty sweet. So Sudbury, like a lot of Ontario, got a lot of rain and warm weather a couple days at the end of the week. But they got 15 centimeters of snow roughly on Thursday night. So there's parts of the trail are a little icy, but they got enough for cooling. We got like 7 or 8 guys with us today, which is a lot of people to ride with. Our number is usually like 6, because when it gets more than 6, especially for like a multi-day trip, it becomes a little bit of a problem to get everyone coordinated. But for a day ride, it's not so big of a deal. My one rule, and the rule that I tell everyone I ride with, is you're responsible for the person behind you. So if you see the person behind you, you're good. And if you don't, you stop and you wait. And if like 5 minutes go by and they're still not there, I would turn around and start looking for them. Trail is completely tabletop. There's Mr. Beaver Tail Toys. And then behind him we got Brad. And then Dave. That's Gerald. He's the Groomer Manager at the back for Sudbury Trail Plan. And there's Paul. Cool. So as I mentioned, you guys will probably remember, but Paul was the man who actually trained me on how to groom. Last year, after I got obsessed with it in Cochrane, the one time I went, he took me out and trained me for about 35 hours in the seat. At that point, he wanted to kill me, so he was like, yeah, he's good to go. And funny enough, tonight I'm actually, I reached out to the Sudbury Trail Plan when I was coming up, and I said, hey, if you need some help, I'd be happy to be a volunteer operator one of the nights that I'm there. So I'm actually going out tonight to help out with some grooming around the Chelmsford area. Just coming up to the intersection of the Top D up here, I believe. Everything is completely tabletop. Yeah, and this is the D. We're going to Lake Winapate. Love these hills here. This is nice. I forgot how nice the Sudbury area is, just with like the different terrain. It's not all just straight and fast. You got the hills and some of the turns. Mike laughs because the oxygens, they look like bowling balls already. So that on top of a GoPro and a Cardo, we look like we're not even human. You love how there's a sign there that says stay on the trail right as the track goes right by it. Like, we talk about it on the channel all the time, and I feel like our viewers are sick of the fact that we won't shut up about people riding off the trail, but like, it's a problem. It's a big problem. Yeah, this D trail is beautiful. This takes us basically right into pretty close to Skeed, and then we go up into Skeed and then on to Lake Winapate. Here, all the boys come here. There they go. I knocked my key off. It's kind of liberating, to be honest, not having a cord to worry about. I'm sold on this mission already. It didn't take me long. I do not find it as comfortable as my oxygen. That I can say off the bat. The oxygen is probably the most comfortable helmet I've ever worn, but it looks pretty ugly, and the fact that you have to run the cord. So that gives me the advantage, or that gives the advantage to the mission for sure. But again, Mike is going to have a full detailed review comparing the oxygen and the mission at the end of the season, with where he'll pick a winner. So keep an eye out for that. It's probably going to come out around mid to late April, once we wrap up our season and we start releasing our videos on full season reviews on the sleds. He'll have that for you. That's Davey over there. That's Brad, and that's Vince at the front leading the pack on his Mach Z. So if you guys remember the links that we tried out in Cochrane.
All right, first time trying a Lynx, cool.
Darren LeBlanc's Lynx actually was wrapped Beaver Tail Toys, because that was Vince's sled. He sold it to Darren. For the most part, all the pressure cracks that were on the trail were nicely, oh, there's one, were well signed. I guess a lot of people launched from here too. Okay, time to get some gas. It's good to be out riding.
Oh yeah.
I thought you said
I might as well run my sled a little hard, and if it fails, it's better to fail here than...
And I have an extra sled, so yeah. You said it's called Hiawatha now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hiawatha.
First Nation.
Oh.
Yeah. Fuel is a reasonable price, $1.71.
How much?
$1.71.
Premium?
Yeah, not bad. So what were you saying about the Enduro?
I really like it,
Yeah.
but if I bought again, I'll buy an XRS probably, because you can tune the shocks better, or
Yeah.
maybe go to the Smart Shop.
But I assume you would still get a 900.
Well, I wouldn't buy a two-stroke
Yeah.
ever again.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't have to carry oil,
Yeah.
fuel, and better fuel mileage. than-
For sure you are.
So-
I get like maybe 180 kilometers, but I'm lucky to a tank.
Oh, I'm over 240,
Yeah.
and that's with a tune in this too.
Yeah.
So
You were flying on the lake at one point.
Not really.
There was
I
one.
think I went faster than like 140.
Yeah, I wasn't going that fast either, because I didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
And then Dave didn't see that pressure crack, and he was going right for it. And I'm watching him, because he thought when he saw the two stakes, oh, that's the turnoff for Rockies. And
there's another one up this way too.
but they're good. They're well signed.
Yeah.
What?
Are we going to be on one of your cool videos?
You are going to be on video. I don't know if they're cool. That's for you to decide. But yeah, you'll be on it.
Cool if people are
Introduce yourself.
My name is David Adams. I'm the president of Voyageurs Snowmobile Club in Barrie.
Nice.
And I'm here in Sudbury riding some great trails today.
Awesome. And this is Vince from Beaver Tail Toys.
I'm Gerald Sanders. I'm the manager of the Sudbury Trail Plan.
Awesome.
From Sudbury, Ontario.
Awesome.
So we're riding with
met
all
you
the
in Barrie.
important, all
Yeah.
these important OFSC
I used to
people.
work for Hydro One and
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I don't like BOP Go. So look at it. I connected my phone, it was all ready to go, and then now it says loading. And this is the problem I always have with it. And I have the correct cord, proprietary cord, all plugged in, everything's connected properly, and it does that. And that's why I can never rely on it, and that's why I have my Garmin. At the end of the day, that's what it is. So now we're getting off on 71, and then we're going to connect up to the Sea Trail, just on the north end of Winapate. This trail is absolutely perfect. Oh man, we lucked out. We definitely lucked out today. And BOP Go is still freaking loading. I basically have to plug my phone in and re-plug it in for it to work. The reality is I don't care about it because my GPS is running above it. But I don't know, I get nervous about that stuff. Like, I need my GPS to work. That's important. So if this happens even once in a day, it's enough that I can't use it. And that's the sad part, because I think BOP Go has the potential to be amazing. If it's incorporated into the sled, and that you don't have to worry about plugging in your phone or anything like that, it's better than Ride Command off the bat, because the trail information is accurate, because it comes directly from the OFSC instead of crowdsourced information like on Ride Command. So it would be great if they like somehow figured out the connection issues. And who knows, maybe this connection issue, I'm the only one that's experiencing it, but I highly doubt that. It's a great area to ride. I've always said that. Like, the cool thing about Sudbury is it's the one place where it's really family friendly, because you can stay in Sudbury and you have options to do multiple loops under 200k, like each day, and not really touch the same trail. And you don't really have that in most places. Like, you can do loops, but they're usually bigger, or you end up overlapping on trail. In Sudbury, you have the moose loop, the wolf loop. Yeah, I think it's like the rainbow deer, rainbow elk loop, deer loop. Like, there's a bunch of different loops up here. It's like 4 snow tours, I believe, if not more. And from the GTA, it's only like 4 hours to get to Sudbury. So it's definitely a good area. And I think Sudbury does get decent traffic, but they don't get as much traffic as the Highway 11 corridor. So it's always pretty busy all the way from North Bay up to Cochrane. But Shining Tree and Gogama, they're definitely one of the quietest areas. That's a hidden secret. Oh, there's the Mudbrats crew. I think the Mudbrats crew are up for a group ride. So we should be coming up to the river that we're going to be following in a little bit here. Oh, that's great. Trail's so good and so hard, the cars can take a drive on it. That's fun. Yeah, here's the river on my left there. And this trail just follows up alongside it. I don't remember the last winter where I haven't been on a sled in a month in the heart of winter, but I had to make sacrifices for my future. Sledding will hopefully always be there, but I need to do medical school while I'm young and I still can. A lot of guys are out enjoying the family day-long weekend. That's what it's all about. Nice little place here. See all the sleds coming by on the trail. So I went up to that high place there just to get footage of the group, and they didn't see me, so they're in front of me and they're probably chasing me thinking I'm in front of them, but I'm actually behind them chasing them. It's funny. So we're about 50 kilometers from Shining Tree, and up until this point the trail has still been perfect. So I think in like, I don't know, 10 kilometers or so we should probably be hitting the point where it turns into the Gogama Club, where the Sudbury Club, or the Nickelbelt Snow Strips, turns around. And they groomed it 2 days ago, so we'll see how it fared, but I assume pretty good. Because there's been good traffic today, but I don't imagine there was heavy traffic yesterday. This is where it turns into the Gogama Club right there. Yeah, and this section is good too. Seamless. And this is a logging road, that's what I said. The best trails are logging roads. Good amount of snow dust today too, even though it's not that cold. I think it's like -5. It's going to be +1 this afternoon. I'm hungry for lunch though. I'm ready to eat. This is even better than the Sudbury section. Oh my god. We are spoiled today. Not a bump in sight. These clubs are all working around the clock. With the terrible season we've had and the conditions that have been given to us, they're doing everything they can with what Mother Nature gives. And I would say they did a pretty darn good job. I've also put a decent amount of time now on this Toby mono suit, and very impressed with it. A really good suit. It's actually quite warm. I've worn it in like -15. When it was -25, I wore my 2-piece. But this thing is extremely comfortable. Like a mono suit, I get it, because you don't have that like area like between jacket and pants where like wind can blow up. So I get it. It's also just very comfortable to wear. I feel like you're kind of just like floating inside of it. So that trail right there is the 107C that goes to Elk Lake, and then that's the C trail that continues up to Shining Tree and then to Timmins. So we just turned off the C trail on the L142. So basically if we continued on the C trail, we'd go directly up into Gogama and then towards Timmins. Now we're just taking the L142, which is a local trail, into Shining Tree. And here we are. Hi, doggies. Hi, pup. Hi. 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 Okay, time to go in and get some grub.
1 hour later.
So as usual with us, we go in for lunch and we leave and we can hardly move. Another great meal here at Tree Bear Camp. Now we're gonna go get some fuel and make our way back to Sudbury. Dave's inside chatting up the owner as usual, so we're not gonna wait for him. Hopefully he meets us at the gas station. Just finishing up filling gas here in Shining Tree at the Shining Tree Camp Store. They actually are under new ownership this year, so yeah, the groomer gets stored right there. Little Printith Trooper that they have up here. There's Paul's ready to go with dart in mouth. Trying out Vince's Mach Z here. He's got it tuned, and this thing actually pulls hard. Definitely feels more powerful than stock, which is no surprise. The one thing I love about these 900 turbos is that sound when they run off the gas, like that sound. It's kind of addicting. One thing I don't like is that it's just so planted, because the sled is, again, it's meant to stay on the trail and stay down. It's not really meant to lift the skis. Still trying to digest my food from Tree Bear Camp. Had a schnitzel on a bun. It was delicious, as usual. I've never had a bad meal there. And they're so sweet. The owners speak to you, they like come and chit chat, and they really care how your day was and how the trails are. So it's always nice when you find people like that, and that's why we keep going back and supporting them. So if you end up riding the Sudbury area or Elk Lake area and you head west, if you come into Shining Tree, definitely consider making Tree Bear Camp a stop to grab a bite. We always do. Yeah, but it's been a beauty day. It was really nice meeting Vince and getting him out to join us for a ride. We've been chatting over social media for a couple months and trying to get up here, but it's kind of hard to schedule stuff when Mike has trips planned and we kind of have stuff planned by like December. So mid-season it's kind of hard to change it, but it just worked out that I was going to come in for the weekend and I could go to Sudbury, so it worked out. And then I was supposed to go to Barrie to groom and ride this weekend, but we didn't have trails open, so me and Paul came up here instead, and then Vince met us. It kind of just all worked out perfectly. Yeah, so like the last 20 kilometers into Shining Tree is a little bit tighter, and then it opens right back up. So we should be approaching that in about a minute here. Here we go, opened up again. Not bad at all. These 900s kind of build power up top, but down low, they don't pull as strong, or at least that's what I've noticed in my experience. How's that thing?
It's great. I really like the seating position. It's different. I wouldn't have expected it to be that different than the Gen 5.
The difference is this.
Going from that one to this one?
No, it's the seat.
Oh, on that one, the seat is very soft.
But if you put that seat on here, it would feel the exact same as that.
Well, no, I guess what I'm saying is I'm finding this different than the Gen 5. That's what I'm surprised with.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
The Gen 5, you sit a little more forward, I think.
Yeah,
that's what I noticed.
I'm finding like my knees are right here right now. So maybe.
Yeah.
You know? But I like it. Hold on.
Oh, this thing's a weapon. I love it. She likes to drink oil, though.
Well, you can smell it behind you. It smells different.
This one?
Yeah.
Like than any other 850?
No, maybe. But maybe it's just been a while since I've been behind one. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. Okay, let's hit it. Let's see what this thing can do. Sweet. This thing's definitely super comfortable and fun to ride. But again, I keep coming back to the fact, it's hard for me to make a comparison because I'm just an 850 guy. I'm so used to how I'm sitting on the machine. I'm so used to my, just like the mannerisms of the sled. And well, I could ride this sled all day long and have a smile on my face. Like I could with a lot of sleds. But if I had to pick a sled to ride, it would be an 850. I don't think really anything could change my mind on that. I guess as I changed riding habits over the years, at that point for sure. But currently, like in the state that I am currently, I really couldn't see myself on any other sled. or in any other class of sled, is what I mean. And this corner is really good too. The acceleration on this thing is so smooth, like buttery smooth. When I rode this thing on the lake for a little bit, I got a top speed on it and I saw 184. So again, like, it's fast, but, and this is with a 200 and I think it's 230 tune. It's still not that fast, and that's 184 on the gauge. So that's maybe like 165, 170. So it's fast, but it's not as fast as you would expect. And that's kind of my biggest gripe with the Mach and what I've noticed. Is this should be a 200 kilometer an hour sled. Or close to it. Stock, and then obviously you can mod it and make it more, but that's what it should be. I actually feel like, it feels like I can take corners faster on this because it does not lift. I think for me though, it just comes down to flickability. And the flickability on an 850, or even on a 650, but on a 2-stroke, the flickability is higher than a 4-stroke sled. Or at least skidoo 4-strokes. I gotta try Dave's winder and then I'll make a decision. It definitely goes more than fast enough. But as sledders, we're always looking for that number. We always want to see that number. Even though the number doesn't really mean anything, but we want to see it. That is one fun sled. Picture time, picture time.
Everybody say Paul's gay. I was taking this picture for you, by the way.
Oh.
You should probably be in it.
Okay. Does that BlackBerry take a photo in 3 megapixels that it has?
Yeah, no, I just gotta go and wind it up.
On this episode of Watch Dave Get Stuck,
I'm not going to get him.
Nicely done. Hopefully Dave doesn't crash my XRS. I'm worried about that. Let's try this winder. I'm impressed. Dave is being very respectful. That sled's never seen rhubarb, but doesn't want to. This thing is very comfortable. But again, there's no bumps in the trail, so it's not really a fair thing because most sleds are pretty comfortable when it's flat. I imagine it doesn't fare very well over the bumps, but I can't make a definitive opinion on that. I can't give a definitive opinion on that without actually testing it out on the moguls. I want to try this thing on the lake though and see how fast it can go. Because this is the fastest production sled on snow, and it does rail pretty good. But like these trails that we're on right now is what this sled is meant for. It's down south that it's not the best sled, I think. Up here, the 4-strokes shine. This is their territory. The big thing I'm noticing though with this winder is that the throttle feels like an 850, like it's not, there's no delay. So it's a skidoo thing purely, the delay. It's definitely closer to instant than the skidoos, all the 4-stroke skidoos with the intelligent throttle control. The Mach is the same thing, even with Vince's tune, there's still a delay. This is a fun sled. I was pleasantly surprised. I did not think I would like it, but I actually did. This thing's a beast. That thing rips. What do you think of this thing?
Oh, I love the skidoo seats. I don't know what they do with them.
Yeah, the seat's really comfortable.
It's always like sitting on a big leather couch or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How do you find it in the corners?
I found it steered more with the back of the ski.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Mine, I haven't figured out my steering yet. I don't know what it is.
This, I worked on this for a while. I changed the carbides, I lightened up the front end, because it's not heavy. That's what I was saying. Like, that is way more heavy on the front end. This is light.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta take pictures of these license plates and report them, because they're trespassing on an OFSC trail. I rode right down the trail and parked here.
What's that?
It's gutsy to bring that Civic in here.
They're lucky it's hard trails.
Yeah. Yeah. I was saying I like your backpack, the climb bag. Nice.
I always wore it out west.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say, when I saw you wearing that bag, I'm like, he's a mountain guy or he's from out west, and they both make sense, yeah.
Well, we should get going if you're wanting to get out grooming.
Yeah, we should get moving. We still, it's 4:40.
Is it a Jag?
Is what a Jag?
The 440.
No, 440. It's 4:40 p.m. And another vehicle that thinks that the beautifully maintained trail is a road. Went the hard way. And we're back at Lake Wanapitei. Look at that view. How do you say it? Wanapitei. Oh, I say Wanapitei. Okay, Wanapitei. So I put the emphasis on the Pitei, yeah. Okay guys, well thanks for watching our video. Just got back to the trailer. Gonna load up my sleds in here. We're gonna load up my sled back there, and then Paul and Dave's sleds will go in the front. So we'll see you in the next one.
If you like that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the Sledaddicz YouTube channel, where we release content on everything snowmobiling. Also, hit that bell icon so you can be updated every time we release new videos.